The Communications area allows you to send email messages and reports with student grade information. Other areas you may be interested in that are not included in this video are email history, email signature template, and parent alert. We have great documentation on those areas, so make sure to check them out. To create an email message, from the app drawer, select Email. The Create Email Message screen displays in a new tab, and from this page you can create your email message. There are 3 components you must complete before you send your message: Compose, Filter, and Recipients. First, we'll look at the Compose tab. This is the area in which you will create the body of your email. You can change the name and email that display to recipients if desired. Select Carbon Copy Self to include your email in the recipient list. Next, you'll select an email option, Message or Reports. Message allows you to send emails, include email templates, and add attachments. If you have a saved template you want to use, you may select one from the drop-down list. Add your email subject, then create the body of your email. You have the familiar editing ribbon at the top of the message that lets you change your font, formatting, and add extras like attachments, pictures, and tables. To add an attachment, click Attachments, then click Browse Files to locate a file on your computer. Select a file and click Open. Once you have added all of your desired files, click Close, and the file displays at the bottom of the email editor. The next area you need to configure is Filter. This is where you define who you want to receive the email. If you have multiple schools in your district, you have the option to change your school here. Next, select a type. Some of your recipient options will differ depending on the type selected. In this example, Student is selected, and the status and substatus options display. The other available types are Classes, Classes Activity, typically used for clubs or athletic teams, Classes Homeroom, Communication Groups, New Student, Returning Student, or Staff. Select the status and substatus if necessary. If you need to send to a group of students with a status other than enrolled, such as admission students, you can choose to send to them using the status filter. Select substatus to further filter your list by grade level. If available, select district-wide filter to display individuals from other schools in your district. Depending on your security rights, you may not have this option. To add individuals, scroll through the list or type in the search by name field to find specific people. Select your recipients in the filtered list, then click the single arrow to move them to the recipient list in the right column. To add all of the individuals from the filtered list, use the double arrow. It is possible to select another type to add more recipients to the list. For example, if you wanted to add students and teachers, you would change your type to Staff, then select your desired staff members, and arrow them over to the recipient list. Although you have now added people to your recipient list, you still haven't defined what type of people to send to. If you neglect to select any of these options, no email addresses will be added to the email and it will not send. The recipient options for standard email messages with no grade-related reports are Admissions, which is typically used during the admissions and enrollment re-enrollment processes, Families, which relates to the family relationship screen, Staff, which relates to the staff members and their emergency contacts, and Student. If you do not need to review your list of recipients, it is possible to click Send Message without proceeding to the recipient screen. However, to ensure you have the desired recipient list, it is advisable to proceed to the Recipients tab to review the list. Upon clicking Recipients, you will be able to review a list of all of the email addresses that have been added. If there is not an email address listed, either the selected individual does not have an email address in the system, or the selected individuals do not have grade-related rights in relationships. A column for each recipient type selected on the filter screen displays. Return to the previous screens to make any necessary changes. Emails are sent as blind carbon copy. Recipients will not be able to review other recipient names or emails and will only be able to reply to the sender's email address. Once you have completed your email and recipient list, click Send Message.